hear the story about Charles Bronson and Ingmar Bergman?
No, God, that sounds like a cognitive dissonance.
No, it's actually, it's an interesting story. Apparently, back in the early 70s, both Bergman and Bronson shared the same publicist.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to figure out how on earth those two people could ever be in the same place.
It was the 70s.
Much less the same sentence.
It was the 70s. That sort of thing happened. Anyway, Bergman's in America. And Charles Bronson's giving him a tour of the set of the film he's working on. And he's showing him everything, trying to be friendly and sociable. And he shows a bunch of special effects guys are putting squibs on the walls, for gunfire, because it is a Charles Bronson flick.
Right.
And Bronson's explaining to Bergman, well, these are the squibs. They're little explosive devices. We use them to simulate gunfire. And why am I telling you this? You're a director. You know this stuff. And Bergman goes on and waves him off and says, no, keep talking. This is very fascinating. And Bronson apparently said to him, you mean you don't have machine guns in your movies? And, honestly, I'm sure Bronson did, the minute that came out of his mouth, Bronson went, fuck, what was I thinking? He probably did, when he got home, he probably did the...
Do you think that Bronson ever watched an Ingmar Bergman movie?
It's possible. It's possible.
Seems unlikely. I think you're talking about a gulf of about 40 IQ points.
I'm not going to go that far, but I'm sure that when Bronson got home, he probably wound up doing kind of a little Chris Farley thing, going, stupid, 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 stupid. And I am grateful to Charles Bronson for one of my favorite Simpsons gags in the world. It's the one where Bart and the Millhouse are going to Branson, Missouri, to get Grandpa Simpson out of some sort of trouble. And they end up making a side trip into Bronson, Missouri, entirely made up of descendants of Charles Bronson.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, Mom, can I have a cookie? No dice. This isn't over. Okay, I know. So how you doing, Sparky?
Doing all right. Let me grab your bag for you, man.
Thank you. Hey, Sam. Oh, God. Oh, mother. God damn freak. By the way, in case you didn't know, I turned 50 this year.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I'm making these bizarre noises when I enter a confined space. By the way, I suppose you heard by now, Trump took South Carolina.
Nah, I did not.
Oh.
He was so far ahead in the polls, it was semi-inevitable.
I cannot believe that cotton candy hair son of a bitch is winning.
I love it. I love it. Love it. I'm all for it.
Especially in South Carolina.
Wait a minute, what? You want... Tell me you don't want Trump for president.
It's a win-win, the way I see it. So, Trump gets a nomination. It's almost guaranteed that the Democrat incumbent will win. Because...
Well, we don't have an incumbent this year, remember?
Alright, I mean not incumbent, sorry. The Democratic nominee. That's what I meant. So, the Democratic nominee will almost guarantee win if Trump gets the nod. And if not, if Trump gets the nom and then wins and becomes president, the American empire is over. It's great. We're done. Boom. Put a fork in it. Like we'll be the laughing stock of the world. It will just be an awesome commentary on how capital-run democracy is just so...
Yeah, and in the meantime...
It's not the greatest thing in the world. We're not the greatest country in the world, and then we'll have finally a symbolic figurehead to lock that down.
Personally, I would like to have the American Empire end without having Trump as president. Seriously, you are gonna dig this movie. This is probably one of the great texts of the '60s. Plus, it's got.
Is it really cool?
It's really cool. I mean, it's medium cool, but it's cool.
That was a really bad. Sorry, that was stupid.
No.
Are you filming me right now?
I am filming you right now.
Then, okay. What am I supposed to be doing?
I don't know. I'm just putting footage out there because I'm trying to get medium cool into the thing.
Especially a guy named Lopez.
45.
Coffee machine.
No, that's fine. By the way, I just checked.
So yeah, you were saying.
Trump got 42%. I think Cruz and Rubio got the rest, split between them.
Yay.
Well, the thing is, Trump won, but he didn't get the majority.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're never getting the majority. 42 is amazing. If they're splitting the rest, he's got like 20 points on everyone else.
Yeah.
It's a borderline mandate.
Oh, God. And I'm thinking, and let's be frank, I don't think the people who like Cruz are going to vote for Rubio, and I don't think the people who like Rubio are going to vote for Cruz.
Probably not.
If anything, the people who vote for Cruz are going to say, screw it, we'll go with Trump if he can take it.
Well, that's the thing. I think there's enough like establishment Republicans that probably would rather not vote than vote for Trump. That's why I'm still thinking that, you know, I don't know. I just think it's very unlikely that there are enough votes out there for Trump in an election.
At least a general election.
That's what I mean. Yeah. He's rallying all the votes he's going to rally right now.
And the other advantage is, of course, the Republicans can't go after him too hard because they need his supporters. Neither Sanders or Clinton are going to have that problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Once it becomes a general, they're free to go after him with hammer and tongs.
Yeah, so it's going to be a situation where it's like it's too divisive. The right's too divided right now. You know, when the there's that huge blitz for the Tea Party to mobilize the far right and to build like their grassroots campaign. But the problem is it's sending too much to the right. It's the same thing that happened with the House, same thing that happened with the Senate. How with the House, how the orange guy was kind of ousted because he was too far to the middle.
Right.
So they're really divided by the hard right that's not going to waver on anything, and the moderate right that isn't going to be as locked in on everything. Trump's like the Tea Party presidential candidate, which they haven't had before because that wasn't like Mitt Romney wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't Tea Party. Palin kind of was, but she just talked a lot of stuff. So it's like, so right now they're too divided, and so but the Bernie Hillary thing is not as dramatic. I mean, all Bernie's doing is forcing a conversation, a populist conversation, which Hillary hopefully has to respond to. Hopefully. Yeah. But I mean, she was like gung-ho in the 90s for universal health care. So, and that's my personal, that's my... Yeah. That's the thing I care about more than just about anything outside of education. All the things Bernie talks about. But if there's like any kind of like push to make the conversation about that, the Bernie Trump thing has a lot to do with we're I really do think the thing that's going on is we're sick of being pandered to. Mm-hmm. We're sick of people talking like this and saying things, and they're very polished and they have a clear agenda, and you can tell that everything's been put through so many publicists and so many image making things and so many just like, and then Trump and Bernie come out and like, I think this, you know. And even watching the debates, even watching the Republican debates, I get Trump. I get Trump because I get so annoyed with people going like, well, I am saying a message and I'm saying it like this, and I hold my hand like this, and I got this thing with my thumb going like this because that's how I do emphasis, but I do emphasis do pointing because it's too threatening, and I don't use a fist because that's also threatening, but I do this because it's kind of like pointing, and it's kind of, and I think just everybody's sick of that. And Hillary is that to one end, but there just wasn't any competition, and Bernie was the exact opposite, but he just doesn't have any establishment support. But he's saying something that people can get behind, which forces Hillary to respond to that. But when it comes down to the general, like I said before, the right's too divided between the hard right, which won't waver, and the moderate right, which don't know what to do right now, because they created that.
Right.
So, I don't know. Anyway, that's my 11 cents for the fuck it means, which is not much.
Well, hopefully it means that I don't have to move to Canada in December.
Dude, they're the ones going to have to build a wall, man.
But again, the idea of just packing up, moving to Canada, even though it's supposed to be a nice state, and God knows most of my favorite people are from Canada.
I mean, the only reason I haven't done that is I'm too lazy. I mean, I don't know. A lot more caring about their citizens going on than...
Yeah, especially since they got rid of that jackass Stephen Harper.
Yeah, well, and look at them. They went to the right, or to the left. They went, they had a nice little reaction to, like... It was like a much weaker version of that right grassroots push, and they were just like, no. I would love to see something like that happen here, but there's too much invested for it to actually happen. You know, there's too much at stake for people that have a lot of stuff they don't want to give up.
Well, as the Zen Master said, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I didn't think Bernie would ever get this far. I didn't even think we'd get socialist, democratic socialist, whatever, would get this far into the conversation. That's freaking amazing to me. That's like, I was, like, even when I heard the possibility that he might run, I'm like, no fucking way. No, I'm not that lucky. I can't have that much hope. So that happened, and then he won a state or two, which is still like, imagine Kucinich winning anything back in the day. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like,
yeah, although Kucinich has the UFO thing.
He said it was an unidentified flash.
Okay.
Technically, that's correct.
Okay, all right, fair enough.